That's so. What did you think of the movie?
That's a quick start.
What did you think of the movie, John?
Just like those quick pit stops.
What did you think of the fucking movie?
Please. It was fucking awesome.
I knew you would say that you're gonna see it 4 more times. And the first half of the movie, I was thinking like, this is pretty good, and then I realized Gianluca's gonna love this, and I'm gonna think it's just kind of mid, and that's how we're gonna disagree. Now you go.
Yeah, I will go again actually 4 times.
God damn.
I was thinking, fuck, I might have to be back.
No.
I'm sorry to say, but yeah.
Really? So what did you tell me? What did you think?
No, because before I came to see this, it's like you got to bring more people. Like these are the movies where you're like, fuck, this is why we go and watch these things on IMAX.
It's better in IMAX,
you know
this type of movie. So I wouldn't have finished it if I saw it like at home alone.
Yeah. So I told Julian before, I was like, you want to come?
Yeah.
No.
Julian,
and he says
he
no.
Never wants to. He doesn't
and
leave
I go,
the house.
Fuck this guy. He doesn't leave the house. Little sidebar there. No, but, you know, and then I did it with Sinners for him.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to go back. So it's like, this is the one where it's like, you got to bring him. And I thought that in the movie too. And I was like, he's got to experience it.
What did you like about the movie?
That
oh my God.
That was the movie.
Yeah, it's a movie that you go and you bring, you know, you see it, you see the movie, you know, like you watch it with your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is my thing, right?
Sure.
I'll start by saying I'm not the target audience for this movie at all. I am not a sports guy, and I am not a car guy. I don't know how F1 works. So I was figuring that out during the movie.
Yeah.
The guy next to me was really into it, and like he was reacting to shit, and I was like, I don't understand what he's reacting to right now.
Okay.
So there is that, but just as a movie, you know, it was good. I don't know if it had to be fucking 3 hours long, but it was good. But like the movie was just a million races. They just kept doing the same thing over and over again.
That's what it is.
The thing is with like car movies, right, is that like if you want to make it enjoyable, you put like the mouths on the cars.
Oh my
so
God.
That they can like that's original, you know, like cars in real life they drive, but you know what they don't have in real life is the speaking roles, you know, like they don't have mouths in real life. That's originality in the movie industry. Yeah. But it was good. Like, I don't know, it was good, but it was also like you know the whole movie already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just one of those ones where it's obviously like, you know, the classic biopics, where it's like they're gonna make them.
Was this a biopic?
No, but I'm just saying like it's a real life sport. Okay, the movie is just titled literally what the sport is.
Yeah.
F1.
Yeah, they're gonna start doing that with all the sports.
Hockey.
Yeah,
NHL,
hockey, NHL,
Like,
fucking soccer.
I mean, they might.
I can't wait until they make a curling movie.
Yeah.
You know what would be a great idea for a movie? A bobsledding movie where the team is Jamaican.
Oh, really?
That would be a good one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah, right? that would be original. Yeah, it's just a sports movie. I mean, but like if you're gonna see a sports movie, just watch Rocky again, you know?
Yeah.
They're all the same thing.
It's got those Rocky vibes.
And
of course.
Brad Pitt didn't even have sex with I'm gonna sound racist. I don't remember any of the characters' names, so it's not just that this character his name was Joshua. You don't remember the black kid's name either. And you really liked the movie.
Yeah,
what was his name?
His name? No.
Oh my God.
What was his name?
Josh.
Yeah, Josh. It was
Well,
Josh.
he called him JP the whole movie, so you gotta forgive me.
Then why didn't you say JP?
Because you were asking for the full government name.
Okay, yeah. But like they built up this plot, side plot with like Brad Pitt and his partner's mom, you know, and Josh's mom. and he didn't even fuck
It wasn't a
Josh's mom.
side plot. It was just like flirty moments. It doesn't need
there
to
was
be a
so much
side plot.
sexual tension
No,
between the two
no.
of them. It was stewing, you
You're
know?
thinking too much about it.
I just wanted it to happen so badly.
That's what you wanted?
When, like, Josh got hurt, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, he went to go see him. Brad Pitt went to go see him in the hospital, and his mom confronted him.
Mhm.
I thought they were about to just viciously
No.
start. No.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
You didn't
No,
actually think
obviously I didn't actually think that. But then that would have been a twist. that would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have took it to a whole new level.
It would. I think that, like, okay, in terms of the plot, I mean, you know, it was just they went on the race. It was good. It was a pretty good.
Yeah,
movie.
the plot is nothing crazy.
It looked pretty cool, but also, like, you know, it would have looked cooler if the cars had, like, mouths or something, you know, like.
Yeah.
I am pretty convinced that IMAX movies, the real difference between, like, a movie that is just good in theaters and a movie that's, like, really good in IMAX has nothing to do with being filmed on IMAX cameras. It has to do with, like, the rumbling sounds, which is why the racing movies are good in IMAX, and it did feel cool when that happened, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, the cars go vroom.
Yeah, of course.
And then you feel it in the cinema.
Yeah.
And then, like, our human bodies are like, oh,
yeah,
that's crazy, you know? And it did the thing, you know? It sent the shivers from the tip of my toes to the base of my cock.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It touched all the bases.
Touched all the bases. It was just kind of like a glorified music video. Yeah. No, it was more than that. The acting was good. The story was good. It just, you know, it was just a movie.
Yeah.
At least with, like, Sinners, they, like, had a dance number, you know?
Of course. You wanted that to happen.
Yeah, I wanted a dance number.
They should have danced after they won.
Yes, they should have danced after they ran. You know, they could have, like, the cars could have transformed, like, in Transformers.
No, these are different movies. You're expecting different movies.
Okay, that's a fair point. I guess I'm judging it harshly because I want it to be something that it's not trying.
Do you not want to race home now?
No.
What are you talking?
You do?
These are one of those movies that it's like, fuck. This is like the true, like, movie star back out there. Like, that whole movie, you want to fucking be Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
you want to be that character.
You want to be Brad Pitt.
You know what I mean? And like, I feel like we haven't had that in a long time with a movie.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know the last movie where you're like, fuck, I want all those fits that he's got on.
Friendship.
I want to fucking be... No. God damn it.
Friendship. That one, yeah.
With the subway.
Yeah, with the subway.
We should have did that one too on this.
We should have done that one too. That would have been good.
But yeah, that's like...
But that's originality in cinema when he takes the drugs and he goes into the subway for 5 minutes. Doesn't even get to eat the sandwich. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, it is... It is hard. It's like, how do you really judge a movie? Because it's easy to judge a movie like this from, like, the pretentious perspective that I'm kind of playing into right now.
Yeah.
And say, like, oh, well, like, you could have seen everything coming from a mile away. It just existed for, like, cool car scenes, and none of the car scenes were, like, anything particularly inventive. But, like, they weren't trying to reinvent the wheel.
Oh, no. You had to hit us with that one?
They weren't trying to do
but
that.
I mean, that fucking... I mean, they created cameras for this fucking thing.
Did they really?
Yeah, like, how do you know cameras that fucking rigged on, like, to get those fucking cool, you know, those pan shots and shit. And they actually, we can actually touch on this again too. Cool. We can actually touch on this again too. Some iPhone filmmaking again. For this. Yeah,
when was there an iPhone?
No, they broke down an iPhone 15.
Okay, they broke it
down. Like, and built it into, like, this tiny camera that can go on for certain shots. Like, I feel like it was probably that POV one in the car.
Okay.
But yeah, they had that for a couple, to get those fucking shots like that.
That's interesting, because presumably, I would imagine, surely, That's
and it's
not
an
a
Apple film too.
publicity
So I
stunt.
mean,
Oh, okay, I take it back. It's 100%. They had to just.
Yeah, I mean, they had him with
they
the.
must have had to contractually.
What do you think about the? I saw a lot of this online too about like. It's funny that he's got the Pro Maxes, the headphones that are like really expensive, but he's like this poor guy. It's like maybe he spent all his money on that.
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely. That's
but
what
I mean,
it is.
like, yeah.
But they were so good that he had to.
Yeah, to go.
Yeah. I will say in that scene, like in the cold plunge when he had the Pro Maxes on, I did think to myself like, this is like a strange product placement.
Yeah.
But like I didn't mind it. I mean, the whole movie was also like you know, heaven for product placement.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like every brand would want to be associated with Brad Pitt being like, my cock is vibrating in a car.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's kind of like these are the ones where you got to do it, you know, because like it's just real life too. Like,
what do you?
F1 is all product placement.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that it works? It works when the brands
like
are
Red
just
Bull
on
is
everything
an actual,
because it's
like,
also just Art Deco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. In terms of what it was trying to be, it did it well. It did do it well. It made you feel like you wanted to be Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Made you feel cool. But yeah, even with watching something like racing in like real life, though, I just think like I don't know. It just seems like a cuck thing to do to watch it. You know, because it's like you're watching these other guys do the cool thing.
That's just every
you
sport.
Do the cool. That's why I don't like sports. Every time I watch sports, it's like, so I'm the bitch. You know?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, I don't know. It's just at one point I did actually want to do the racing.
Was there like a specific moment where you wanted to do the racing?
No, like I mean in real life.
Oh yeah? Really?
I was like, fuck, I could be a race car driver. It was like for a date.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
like my boxing
your
thing
boxing.
in grade 9 when I saw the Creed trailer.
Exactly. And you were like, fuck, I can do that. I can do that shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you know?
Yeah. Okay. That happens. It does happen.
Yeah.
How do you even get into racing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Your dad was a race car driver.
That must be what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else there is about this movie. That is the thing.
Let's invite Kylie in.
Kylie?
Special guest, guys. Second episode special guest.
Kylie, what do you think of the movie, Kylie?
Both mics. 2 mics. No, come into the frame. You gotta be in the clip.
I really liked it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you feel enthralled?
I did, actually. I was
Come on, it put you in the driver's seat, literally.
I was very, very enthralled. I wanted to be in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Was there anything in particular that stood out to you about this movie?
I don't know. I just like the dynamics. Like,
what do you mean?
Have like the like old timers got to show like the young gun how to like do it. The young gun's like, I know what I'm doing. You don't. I just like that dynamic. I think it's fun.
It is a cool dynamic. It does work.
And Brad Pitt does it. Brad Pitt does it very, very well. And so does the other guy, the guy who plays JP. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name, but
I'm interested because it was so long. Like that, you know how they cut out that plot with that actress?
Simone Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in it for like half a second.
Yeah.
Who? Which one is this?
She's like, I think she's like an.
Well, you wouldn't really
actress.
know because she was barely in it.
She had.
I know who you're talking about, because she had like that one line near the end of the movie, and I thought like, why was that shot in the movie?
Yeah.
Like during the climax.
Yeah, there was a bigger plot with her, and they like had to cut it out or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really say why, but like, the fucking movie's 2 hours, and
that's why.
Like, that's why. So imagine you had that in it. But I couldn't imagine like how big of a plot. I don't know. You never know. They write these fucking movies in this fucking 3 hours.
Just squeezed in the plot line too with Brad Pitt and the woman. I forget her name.
Yeah, who designs the cars and stuff.
They like just squeezed that in. That was like barely a plot.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing is that like of the 2 hours and 45 minutes, 2 hours of it was racing.
Yeah.
And it's because that's why you watch this kind of movie. It makes sense.
No, yeah, for sure. It has those faults for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. But, you know, that's what it was trying to do. So, you know, it would have been a worse movie if it were 4 hours long and had less racing in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
100%. Yeah. Fuck, this is not what I came for.
Yeah.
Exactly. But now you know all about the tires, though. Like, did we learn a lot about the tires, guys?
As someone who knows nothing about F1 and like cars, racing, all of that, I was like so enamored the entire time. Like I was like, this is so cool. I don't know.
I will say, even as someone that like was ribbing on the movie at the beginning of this, and you know, sports in general and cars in general and the whole 9 yards, it did the same thing to me. Yeah, it was cool the whole time. It didn't feel longer than it was. It felt shorter than it was. I was surprised that it was 2 hours and 45 minutes by the end of it. I was like, damn, that went by fast.
You could say it went by fast. And the thing is, too, like, this was a late showing, man, like 10:30, and like I thought, like, man, I'm gonna fall asleep. Nope, not with this one.
Yeah, I didn't fall asleep.
You know, it was kept you in there.
Yeah, it kept you in there. Kept you in the driver's seat.
How many? You gotta just. I think we could just clip up all those lines.
I think we do have to for that one. We have to. Yeah. Yeah. I did feel that the love thing, the romance side plot, even the way that they swapped from like losing to winning. There was just like a montage where they started winning after like JP got into the accident.
Yeah.
Just how like happened for no reason. Like I don't know. You know, it didn't feel like deserved. Like what's the real difference? But also they built it up a bit. And then there were like motifs, like the sock motif was like something that they only decided to like roll with at the end.
Yeah, I didn't get
that.
Well, no, it was just because that was the thing that he did.
Yeah.
So then they all did it.
But it's not like noticeable enough to like have that as like.
Yeah, I know. You didn't really get it, but like I picked it up.
Yeah.
Because it was like, that's his
thing. You get it because of the running. That's why you get it. But like just showing the socks, I was like, what is this
Well, I guess we were just supposed to pay more attention that Brad Pitt did that the whole time.
But
because they did show his socks like 5 times before that. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't a strong enough choice of a motif. I didn't notice that they were different until like the first time I started picking it up was near the end of the movie when JP was like took out the socks. But by then,
I think
there should have been an emotional payoff. But there wasn't an emotional payoff to that. And like I just realized, oh, okay, I guess that's what was happening before. I don't know. I just didn't feel like
that, but I was just like, okay.
It wasn't something that I was aware of.
I think we were supposed to pick up on it like the first time he was racing and he was like putting on.
Yeah, and she looked at him. She did that look.
Like you saw the mismatching socks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but do you remember like she did that look?
Yeah,
like they showed
but, like,
her.
Then they only really show it again like when he's in the hospital. I think, like he's in the bed. He has like mismatching socks. That's like the only 2 times I can remember. So but when they showed it at the end, I was like,
yeah,
what is this about? I have no idea.
I understand what you guys are saying, but the fact that we can name multiple times means it kind of worked a little bit.
I wouldn't have noticed that he was wearing different colored socks if they didn't try and make it be a thing that had an emotional payoff at the end of the movie. And I didn't feel an emotional payoff when it happened.
Yeah, but did you need
I felt emotions when the cars went vroom.
Yeah, but that's all that matters.
You know? And that is all that matters. And you know why I know that that's all that matters? Because they probably filmed more of the sock
100%.
motif, but they cut it out because they were like, why are we... Who are we kidding? Why are we putting all of this sock shit in?
Yeah,
this isn't a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
These are men's feet.
Yeah, 100%.
We're making a racing movie. Put the cars in the movie.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then and then they had the celebrations and
it does like it's make it look like a really cool life, you know, when they're like spraying the champagne.
Yeah.
And all that.
I didn't know like actual F1 drivers were gonna be in it. I had no idea until like they started, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, because they did
the actual ones.
Well, I guess they didn't.
How did you know that? I thought you weren't
I
in
just
F1.
know like Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. I only know like those
Those
two
are the famous
names.
ones.
But yeah.
Well, Lewis Hamilton produced it. He helped produce it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So like he like was there and like made sure like this is legit stuff.
I think he is like number 1 in the world right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then and they did also film like a bunch of that B-roll and stuff was like at actual F1 stuff at races. And like those little like they filmed a bunch and Brad Pitt actually drove the car. So that's sick. Like a modified version. But that's how they got those things. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, I liked it when the cars went quickly. You know?
Imagine you didn't though. I fucking hated those parts. No.
That would not be a good movie.
Yeah.
You would definitely not be the target audience if you didn't like when the cars go fast.
I don't like this sport.
If
and
you don't
go
like
and watch
it,
you go and watch this movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care for it, and it still worked.
Yeah.
I still liked it when they went through. So, yeah. Also, the poker scene, that I liked, if anything, like the most, because poker is like, you know, much more engaging of a sport to watch than racing.
Sport?
I know, I just wanted to say that to fuck with you. But like when he bluffs at the end, but like doesn't flip his cards, you know immediately.
Yeah, of course.
But I still liked that though, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. You were waiting for it.
Yeah, we were all waiting for it.
You know what's gonna happen.
And then they fuck. It's good. That part was good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all good stuff.
Yeah. Anything else?
There was something else, but I forgot. God damn it. What are we at on there?
22? Yeah.
It's a late night.
That's all. Oh, this movie does also like kind of it's good for like someone with OCD because the main character like clearly has OCD, and like how it confirms that like if you don't continue your compulsions, then bad things will happen.
You like that.
You know?
You like
I
that.
like that. I like that it tells people like me,
Yeah.
if you don't check the oven a million times, maybe your house will set on fire and your parents will die.
So,
you know?
You got confirmed on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to because like that's what you always think, you know? But then it never happens, but in the movie it does. Yeah. Yeah. What card do you think he had at the end?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask that too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking. What card was it?
It's probably like a Pokemon card or something.
Something random.
Yeah.
It was like the Joker or something.
Yeah, the Joker.
But no, it was just like a 2.
No, I think
that's it.
Imagine.
I'm trying to go off like the reaction that he did.
I think what it was implying was that it was the same card he had in his pocket when he got into the crash. Like the big crash from his childhood. And that's why he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So if anything, it was, you know, kind of doing the opposite, where like, oh, the OCD, maybe you won't go to hell if you don't check the oven, you know?
That's
but they don't show it. But they shouldn't have showed it. I mean, there's no way that they could, if that was what they were getting at, which I think that's what they were getting at, that it was the same card that he had in the pocket when he like got into that big accident. and there's no way they could have foreshadowed that and have it had any payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm very glad that they like that was dealt with like quite delicately in a way that I can appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That had an emotion.
Well, you have to wait for F1 2 to see the card.
F12.
F12. Okay.
Yeah.
That's in the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he went back and did that other race after.
Yeah. See, that would have been like just as a movie. No, I won't make this point again. I won't make this point again. But imagine the movie
should have started there.
Yes, and it's just Brad Pitt as like an ex-Formula 1 racer who like has won and is like he has this big backstory. Like this movie is the backstory, and now he's just like racing dune buggies or whatever in Mexico.
It would have been the same movie.
Not necessarily.
Just a bunch of races.
Just a bunch of races.
It's just a different league.
Yeah, have you ever seen any of the like Fast and the Furious movies?
Yeah, all of them.
Really?
Most of them.
Do they work the same way?
And what do you mean?
Is it just like a ton of races?
No.
Is it more like
after the
one race?
After the third one, they start abandoning the races. Then it's about family. Yeah, exactly. Say that again.
It's about family and Coronas.
Yeah.
Coronas?
Yeah.
They drink
Coronas, yeah.
Oh.
And it's family.
Okay.
No, but then
they don't do races after the
then
third
they
one?
do
They're
heists.
Heists.
And then they go to space.
And
then
cars,
they jump cars through buildings.
Are they fun movies?
Yeah, they're fun.
Like the one in space? Do they drive the car in space?
Yeah, the races are gone. Like now they just announced the last one. And they're like, we're bringing the races back. Like we know this is what you want. Because at a certain point they just started getting into like there was always crime element, but like
yeah.
And then they're just like, why does he know how to hack things? No. Why is he a hacker now? Okay. He just like he owned a garage in the second movie. How does he just he's a hacker.
Diesel, like go evil at one point too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's The Rock came in it.
Is it it's the same characters every time?
Yeah.
In those ones? Okay.
Because they're family.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a metaphorical family?
No, you don't know. You never seen any of them.
I have not seen a single Fast.
It's all about family.
Movie. Okay.
No, like these are lines in the thing.
I thought to some extent you've been fucking with me. No. Okay. Okay.
It's a big thing. It's a big theme.
I see.
It's family.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Coronas.
Yeah.
Like she said.
Okay. Good to know.
We were gonna do the marathon actually.
Yeah.
And then we only watched like 2 of them, I think.
We watched the first one and then we did not ever finish the second one. That's how far we.
And this is
like the 12th movie they're on right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But how long ago, like, tell them how long ago that this was.
Are you just making me move the mic back and forth as often as humanly possible?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like over a year ago, I think.
So long ago. And then we've never been back.
Okay.
But we will be when the new one is coming out.
Sure.
Because that's what we do.
I would join you guys for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it then.
And then I'm sure we'd get through a few more movies at least.
A few more.
Less distractions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. What other racing movies are there?
Need for Speed. With Aaron Paul.
Wait, that's not Fast and the Furious? Those are different franchises?
Need for Speed is not a franchise. I don't think.
With Aaron Paul?
Yeah, they just did like 1 movie or 2 maybe.
Aaron Paul?
Yeah.
From Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like old.
I thought he was only in Breaking Bad and The Price is Right.
No.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's him. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they did there's Speed Racer.
Yeah.
What, like Kirby? Herbie? Kirby. No, it's not
500
Kirby. It's Herbie.
little
Yeah,
beetle.
yeah, Herbie. Yeah, I had the DS game.
Mm.
And then there's Redline.
Yeah, yeah, I know that one.
I like that one.
There's some Tom Cruise one that's like back in the day that they like want to do like the director's like, yeah, let's make that the second one to this now, and like it's Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
Mm.
There was another one a while ago. Grand something. Gran Turismo or something.
Oh, like the game.
I don't know. It was another racing movie.
Yeah, I just know the game. I know the game.
Oh my god, who was in it? Christian Bale was in it, wasn't he?
Oh no, you're talking about Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there's those ones
Wasn't there
too.
another one too?
Well, maybe there was a Gran Turismo movie, but I know that's just a game.
I thought they did. But yeah, Christian Bale did another.
Oh, you can't. Hold on. Yeah, he did. Someone keep talking.
Ah, you can't put me on the spot like this.
Who else was in Ford versus Ferrari?
That was with Matt Damon. That one. Yeah, I also watched that one. And then
How
there
was
was
that?
just the Ferrari movie. Oh, the Ford versus Ferrari? It's like this kind of movie.
Oh, yeah?
You know what you're getting into. It's just about Ford versus Ferrari.
But it's like older.
Yeah, it was like older times. Yeah, like
70s
when, like, yeah. Even before that, maybe.
Is it also 1,000,000 years long?
No. It's 1966, yeah. Yeah. No, but he didn't do another one. There wasn't another one. But there was the Adam Driver Ferrari movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
And Cars.
Yeah, there's Gran Turismo.
There's
Gran
also
Turismo
Cars.
is a movie. Gran Turismo is a movie. Orlando Bloom was in it. And David Harbour. Rush. I've never seen that one. With Chris Hemsworth.
There's Crash.
That's another one, yeah, too.
Is that the one where they
Driver?
fuck? Oh yeah, Baby Driver.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, I like.
But that's not a
Baby
racing
Driver.
movie.
Yeah, because that's just like a good movie.
He's a driver.
Yeah.
And then you could say drive.
Drive, yeah.
Like,
yeah. So but then is the qualifying factor if it's like okay. If it's just like a sports movie.
There's also
or a
Will
movie where
Ferrell,
driving is
Talladega
involved.
Nights.
Okay, yes, there is that.
So,
Also, a creative take on the genre.
yeah.
I think I haven't seen it, but Baby Driver was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Racing action movies. Turbo.
Bolt? Does Bolt count?
Bolt?
The animated dog movie where he goes really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure that counts. The funny thing is they haven't updated this and even put this movie at all here, so.
That's surprising.
It's just a bunch of older ones.
Okay.
That's about, those are the ones.
Yeah.
Logan Lucky. I never seen that one, but that's
Me neither.
Adam Driver, Daniel Craig.
Okay. I think I'm done listing driving.
No more driving
now.
No more of them.
So what do you rate this movie out of 5?
For the Letterboxd, we're doing the Letterboxd reviews here.
Mm-hmm.
I give F1 probably a 4.5, 5.
Okay. I give it like a 3.5.
Okay.
It's good. It's above a 2.5. How about you, Kylie?
Say a 4.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Awesome. That's it?
That's it for tonight, folks.
Okay.
That's all you end. Yeah, all right. See you later.